Schweden ist bekannt für Möbel, Autos, Elche, Hackbällchen und gute Musik. Aber Ace of Base, Avicii, The Hives, Europe, Roxette und Juliander. Juliander. Sieht ein bisschen aus wie der kleine Bruder von Thor. Einige werden ihn vielleicht kennen, denn er war schon mit Sarah Larsson auf Tour und kürzlich im Vorprogramm von Alan Walker in München. Und wer ihn da gesehen hat, kann bestätigen, ja, das mit dem Minitor kommt hin, auch weil er der Hammer ist.
I've always wanted to make something that has with music to do, I think. I went to like a sports school, but I was the only one that did like music, so that was maybe not the best combination, so then I switched school. I think I had a lot inside that needed to come out, because I made like almost 40 songs just like in a month when I started writing songs.
Why am I covering up my tears fall on your cheek, down on my feet hurt when I run far away from you, knew that this day will come eventually. We will be like the others for a minute. I can still feel the taste, I know. We were far apart, not close at all, darling.
I got signed when I was 16, so then I started to make, like that was when it started to get a bit professional, and I had a lot of sessions with different people, and everything was so new and it was so cool, but it never really got to where I wanted it to be. So in like 2016, I started to try to make something. Like, I had a thing with myself. I wanted to make something every day, because I didn't really dare to make music. I thought that everyone was so much better than I was. So I wanted everything to be perfect all the time. But then I saw a quote that was like, "Don't let perfect be the enemy of good enough," and that for me that meant that. Like, I want everything to be perfect all the time, so then I don't really let myself work or do anything. So then I kind of had a thing with myself that I need to write something every day, if it's just a word or if it's a melody and anything. And I had played a lot of guitar, so I had a lot of guitar riffs that I could use. So then I just did one song like in a day, and I was like, oh my god, it's awesome. I can make songs on my own. And then I made one more, and I had like 10 songs in a week. So I played them for my people, and they said that, like, you don't need to work with, like, you don't need to have someone else to do it. You can do it on your own. So that was really cool, and a big thing for me to be able to make music by myself. And that's kind of where this thing started, because this project came from just my room at home in my parents' house, and I just sat there and didn't know anything or if it was any good or but apparently it worked out in the end. So yeah, that was kind of the biggest thing for me. Yeah.
I know we are staring at the same moon. I know going out under the same roof, we are staring at the same moon.
Music has always been a big part of me. Like, my parents, they saw, like, when I was young, I usually picked up the songs like really easily. So maybe if I heard something, I started to sing on it like only when I was super small. So it's something with music that has always been with me, and I don't really know why.
Time goes so slow when I'm not with you. No.
Music is kind of like therapy for me in a way. Like, if I feel weird or if I feel sad, I usually just pick up the guitar and I feel better afterwards. So I usually use music for therapy sessions almost with myself.
One night is all it takes to fall for you. A single touch of your taste will make me fall for you. One look from your eyes is what I'm dreaming of. Waking up by your smile is what I'm dreaming of. 'Cause when the stars collide, we connect the dots in each other's eyes, shining so bright till we find the light, shine so bright till we glow. Afterglow, afterglow, afterglow.
One of the songs on my EP is called Everything I Know, and it's about my grandfather that passed away, and I wrote that song only like a week before he passed away, and I didn't know that it was that bad. So then I sang it on a funeral and everything. Like, it was it has been a really big song for me, and it always brings me back to the moments. And I don't know, it's so cool also with, like, for that song, like I just wrote that in my room in my parents' house, and then we have like a gospel choir that sings my lyrics. Like, that is unbelievable. It's so cool that that's something that has come from just pen and paper, like people now are working with it, and like I don't know, it's just a crazy feeling.
I know we are staring at the same moon, same moon.
I've always wanted this, and I've always had this dream of being an artist, and so I'm just enjoying every moment. But it's, of course, it's especially with the song Everything I Know, it's the first song, because I usually ask the crowd if they want to put up a light, and the first time that happened was like really big, and it was really hard to just keep the tears like in, and but you get better and better every day. But you need to be open for people to relate. Like, you really need to put yourself out there, because otherwise people notice these days. People are smarter than you think. Like, they choose what they like, and it's like you need to be open and be able to open up to everyone for them to kind of relate to you.
I know, though we're not under the same roof, we are staring at the same moon. Yeah, even though we're not under the same roof, even though we're sleeping in different beds, we can still be staring at the same moon and think about each other in our heads. And even though we are so far apart, we can still lay under the same stars. You breathe the same air as I breathe, and I hope that you still love me.
Like, my biggest dream, I would say, is to have a headlining arena tour, like worldwide. That's because I always love playing live, so that's like the biggest thing. Like, of course there's a lot of smaller goals, but I usually try to aim as high as possible, because I think, like, you need to really believe in yourself. For, like, if you don't believe in yourself, no one is going to believe in you. So you really need to aim high. So that is kind of the biggest thing that I have in my mind and that I'm looking for.
Even though we're not under the same roof, even though we're sleeping in different beds, we could still be staring at the same moon and think about each other in our heads. And even though we are so far apart, we could still lay under the same stars. You breathe the same air as I breathe, and I hope that you still love me. I know We are staring at the same moon, same moon.
It's crazy, like everything is just going well and it's kind of growing organically. It's just amazing that I get these opportunities so quick, and I just love to play for whoever I can play for. It's so amazing to have my songs finally out there.
Same